Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609. I'm just leaving the post office here in Kingsland, Texas, and what I want to talk about this morning is tiny homes, those little bitty things that you can live in, like storage buildings and all kinds of stuff, versus or compared to the possibility of doing that in an RV, say a little travel trailer or whatever. So what we'll do is, I've got a note here, and I'll read it right now. Let me get out in the traffic here. Let me constipate here a minute so I don't get runned over. Okay, we did that. Not a whole lot of traffic here in Kingsland, Texas, but anyway, now that we're out of the direct sunlight, there is a tiny home manufacturer in Texas, and it's called Tiny Homes Direct. And I believe you can get to them at tinyhomesdirect.com. But it's in Greenville, Texas, which is northeast of Dallas, Texas. I'm not sure how far. And they sell tiny homes beginning at about $22,000. They're 399 square feet, and they'll deliver them for $3.50 a mile. And all of those may vary a little bit depending on a lot of factors, but that'll get you started. What do you get when you get a manufactured tiny home? Well, you get a tiny home that's made out of lumber, mostly plywood. You can get a shingle roof, or you can get a metal roof. And so, you've got some options there. And then, of course, it'll come with all the electrical, and you'll have to have a 100 amp hookup probably. But you've got basically a small sticks and bricks, or sticks mainly, small home. As far as how long they'll last and how well they're built, I can't really tell you about that because I've never had one. I've looked at them, they seem to be okay. I haven't bought one. So the wood on the floors is plywood. It's not really, it's kind of a fiber board stuff on some of them, so you'll have to check the materials list for the product you're interested in to see if that is the material that you really want and understand what you're getting. The trick is, and even with an RV, which I'll move to next, is to find a place to put it. And a lot of you have asked me if there are places around where I live where you can put a storage building or an RV and live in it. You can, but you're going to be in violation of the Property Owner Association guidelines, because they want you to have a 500 square foot home minimum. They haven't enforced that rule because there are people living in RVs and living in small, tiny homes. But as far as I know, there are no lots for sale in the area where I live, and I haven't seen any because I'm not looking for any in my area. So again, the trick will be, or the hardest thing to overcome, is going to be finding a place to put whatever you choose to live in, no matter what price you get it at. Whenever you get this tiny home, you can get it partially furnished with, a refrigerator. You can get air conditioning. You can get a washer, dryer, and but you'd be better off getting those on your own more than likely, because they're going to try to make a profit off of all those appliances that they put in to any of their products. As far as comparing that with an RV, which is basically a tiny home, I live in a casita travel trailer, a 17-foot travel trailer that has 13 feet interior space. The interior height is 6 feet 1.5 inches. The width of the RV is about the same, a little bit more. On the inside, it's about 6 foot 1 or 2. So you've got about 84 square feet of living space inside a casita RV. And I have thought about many times getting me a small or tiny home, kind of a wooden built structure to live in full time. What would I gain by doing that? Well, not a hell of a lot. In fact, I would actually give up some things. what I would gain one, more space. Two, I don't know. I can't go to two yet. But basically, all I'd be gaining is more space. As far as a longer lasting unit, that would not be correct, because my RV is all fiberglass and it'll outlast that storage building, I promise you. As far as heating and cooling the storage building versus the RV, I think the RV has the edge. First of all, because it's less cubic feet. When you start putting in a storage building, it's going to have 8-foot interior walls, and they'll enclose it however you want to at additional cost. So you're going to just have more of a space to heat and cool, so those expenses are going to be somewhat higher. How much depends on how well insulated you have the tiny home, how much insulation you add to your tiny home. For me, the RV offers me the advantage of moving anytime I want to. I can travel anytime I choose to. I can go, right now I have a second home base in Capitan, New Mexico, and I can park my RV there for 6 months a year. Probably could do it longer, but I don't need to. 6 months is enough to cover the hot summers in Texas. And then here I have a home base here in near Kingsland, Texas, and it is hot. It's hot today. It's supposed to be like 99. This is September the 26th, 2019. But having said that, so in comparing the two units, and I've done a lot of it, believe me. And again, if you go to the Tiny Homes Direct website and download their brochure and look at the different options they have, that's about as good as it gets. That'll give you a pretty complete picture of what's available in the market, because all the people do at Dirks and storage buildings is the same thing. They take a storage building, enclose it fix it up on the inside to whatever degree you want, or finish it on the inside to whatever degree you choose, and then sell it to you. But it's basically just a storage building that they've enclosed the walls and added some electrical outlets and maybe a few other things. As far as the appliances that you may add, are they going to be better than the appliances that are in an RV? Probably so, because they're built for homes, and most home type refrigerators last a long time. Most home type air conditioners last a long time. As far as the RV is concerned, now the casita, I better go straight so I don't go into the sun, but as far as the casita is concerned, the interior products are, the refrigerator is Dometic. I believe the hot water heater is Dometic. The roof AC is made by I can't remember. Is it Igloo? It's a brand name. I just can't think of it. But those products will last a number of years. Typically, a refrigerator in an RV, you're looking at around 10 years. Hot water heater, depending on how well you take care of it, anywhere from 4 to 8, 4 to 8 years. In a home, you'd probably get more life out of a hot water heater and an air conditioner, just because they're designed, they're bigger units for one thing. But back to both of those choices, the main factor, or the looming factor over both, is finding a place to park the unit. I get a lot of comments about, can I park one here, there, and everywhere? And the answer is, you have to ask. You have to locate the property you want, and before you buy it, check with the county, if it's in the county. If it has a property owners association, get a copy of the property owner association guidelines and see if that will comply. Sometimes it might, sometimes it won't. But having said all that, guys, for you people that want to, and I know what the objective of everyone looking at tiny homes is. The objective is to live less expensively, to live cheaper. And is that possible? Sure. My outgo for my place is very cheap. Property taxes are about $25 a month now. They used to be half that, but they've just about tripled them in the past 3 years because people have bought property in the area and have paid a real premium for it, much more than I did. I don't know what they paid, but it's much more than I did, or my property taxes wouldn't be going up. Because I called the appraisal district and they said, well, we've had sales in that area at this price, this price. Okay, well, you can't argue with facts. So it is a great way to live inexpensively. My outgo, of course, not including utilities and stuff, just bare bones is, the price of the property taxes, because I paid cash for it. I didn't finance it. And I would recommend that for anyone. Of course, you can get owner financing, and I won't get into the details of all that, because there's a lot of traps in owner financing you just have to be careful of. We'll ride out here to the lake, and I'll turn around, and that'll be the end of this video. But as to tiny homes versus RVs, for me, right now, my thinking for me is the RV is the best choice for a tiny home for me. Why? Because I still like to travel, and I couldn't travel in a tiny home of sticks and bricks. I'd have to either rent something or have an RV. A lot of people are going to say, why don't you get you a tiny home and have the RV? I don't want to do that. That's a good answer, isn't it? That's not what I want to do. That's not what I need. I need what I've got. It's fine. I don't plan on acquiring more stuff. If it is, as I acquire more stuff, something's going out. I guarantee you. Here we go. This is what do they call this? Is Black Rock, or what do they call it? No, this is Llano County Park. We'll pull in here and I'll let you see the lake, and then when I turn around I'll end the video. We're going to go into the sun first, and then I'll turn around on the dock where they unload the boats, face back this way, and end the video. But it's a beautiful lake. This is Lake Buchanan, 22,000 acres, freshwater lake in the Texas Hill Country, formed by the Colorado River. It's not a constant level lake. Lake LBJ, Lake Marble Falls, Lake Austin, or an Inks Lake are all constant level lakes because they have dams and they regulate the level of the lake. But no, it's a beautiful lake. It's a good fishing lake. Of course, all they have in here is stripers now. They used to have a lot of largemouth bass and black bass and stuff, but the stripers are a bigger fish, and they just overwhelm the smaller one. Big fish eat little fish. Now true. So I'll park right in here and let y'all look at the lake, and I'll end the video here. But anyway, guys, while you're looking at Lake Buchanan, again, on this tiny home stuff, just consider an RV, because you can get an RV, a travel trailer, much cheaper. You can get it in your area. You can be able to tow it with your vehicle. If not, you can get somebody to tow it to where you want to park it very inexpensively. And so that is definitely a viable option. But again, before you go plop down the money on anything, if you're planning on living in it full time and you don't want to live in an RV park or travel full time, then I would recommend, when you find you a place, be sure you can put you something there that you want to live in. But having said that, guys, it's a nice day here in Central Texas. It's going to be nice and hot is what it's going to be. But anyway, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime, but if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all of my videos. Why? Because I get a small commission. Doesn't cost you 1 penny. Some of you have used the link, and some of you are on a regular basis, and I appreciate that very much. Drink plenty of water. Stretch. 3 or 4 quarts a day won't hurt you. It'll help you avoid gout, kidney stones. It'll help you lose weight because you'll be full of water. And then what else? Take deep breaths. Breathe in really deep, hold it for a few seconds, and breathe out slowly. Why? Because that relieves stress and that lowers your blood pressure, and that's extremely good for you. And then what else? Stretch, walk, exercise your body once or twice a day. Why? Because you may live a little longer healthily. That's one reason. And all these things I'm telling you are free. What else? Stand guard at the door of your mind. Do not let negative Nancy or negative Ned Get inside of your head. It's your head, your brain. It's where your consciousness is formed. It's where you are, basically. So add good ingredients. You accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative, and enjoy your life one day at a time. Adios, amigos. Bye-bye. At ease. Next time, guys. I got the RV show tomorrow, so we'll start doing some RVs. Adios. Bye-bye.